Some of the most intriguing things about training camp would have to be the training camp battles, right? The different positions that are going toe to toe to see who's going to take over the starting job at their, position, whether it's quarterback, wide receiver, running back, who cares, right? But the big battles are usually always the quarterback position. And the Minnesota Vikings actually have one this season between Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, and Nick Mullins, even though it's really just Sam Darnold versus JJ McCarthy, who's going to start the season as quarterback one for the franchise. Well, things are starting to heat up a little bit. We're getting into the nitty gritty of training camp. I think it's week 2 at this point in time. And there's some interesting developments happening at training camp, some switcheroos, if you will. Yes, we already know JJ McCarthy is taking first team reps, but just how deep is this and how many first team reps is JJ McCarthy basically going to get, or how much is he getting currently? Well, let's talk about it. Before we do, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So, from the moment McCarthy joined the purple team as the 10th overall pick 3 months ago, he was always on deck to take the quarterback one scepter, though his takeover timetable remained mysterious after Minnesota also signed veteran passer Sam Darnold in March. Well, thanks to head coach Kevin O'Connell, onlookers learned a new criterion for the quarterback's competition this week: how Darnold performs with the second and third team offensive players. Interesting, right? Here's what O'Connell said on Tuesday. It will be good for Sam to mix in some of those other hurdles besides just having Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison in that offensive line. I want to see him go in and evaluate that second group as well. Now, McCarthy, the rookie, has wowed teammates and fans recently, very much looking the part of a young quarterback who can start sooner rather than later, which is good news. Now, Darnold, too, has performed mostly well at training camp. I don't like how that is worded right there. Has performed pretty good at this point, even if all eyes are on McCarthy because he's the great hope for the future. So obviously, McCarthy's going to draw all the attention because he's potentially the future of this franchise, where Sam Darnold was signed as 1 year, a bridge quarterback to basically take the reins for this season and then hand it off next year. But things could change, right? Now, O'Connell also told reporters about the quarterback depth chart. Here's what he said. As far as the depth chart in that room, I think it's clear and obvious, like you guys do. You make the commitment to come out every day. You see it's pretty darn even between Sam and JJ, and in many cases, JJ getting a couple more reps with our ability to add some developmental stuff for the guys down the line. Now, heading into training camp, Darnold was the surefire favorite to earn the quarterback one job outright, but McCarthy appears to have closed the gap. Preseason games, the first of which is just 10 days away, will be another indicator of McCarthy's game readiness. Now, O'Connell also complimented Nick Mullins, who started 4 games for the club in 2023. The head coach seemed to object to a typical 3-man quarterback depth chart, insinuating that the rule isn't etched in stone. Darnold's ability and lack thereof to uplift playmakers not named Jefferson and Addison checks out as a wise strategy amid the camp battle. In his 6-year career, Darnold has never quite experienced weaponry like Minnesota's current setup, and accordingly has never consistently taken off in the NFL as a long-term starter. Now, McCarthy has worked substantially with the second teamers in the first handful of practices, so it will be telling to see what Darnold can do with a similar setup. So basically, what's happening right here in training camp with this battle at the quarterback position is O'Connell said, okay, we've seen Sam Darnold take reps with the first team for a whole week. Let's see what he does with the second team and the third team. Let's see if he's able to basically bring his leadership skills to those teams and how well he will produce with those guys. And same goes for JJ McCarthy. McCarthy has performed exceptionally well, wowing coaches and stuff like that and teammates with the second and third team offenses. Let's see what he does with the first team offense with a guy like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Let's see how he does throwing the ball down the field to those guys. Is he ready to take the reins? This is going to be a very big test for JJ McCarthy and a very big test for the organization as a whole, right? You wasted, or not wasted, excuse me, I should use something else. You use the 10th overall pick on this quarterback that you think is the future of the franchise. So if things don't go well, you're sitting back, you're thinking, oh boy, did we mess up? But if things go okay, at least okay, they don't have to go great, right? If they go decent, you're looking at yourself saying, hey, we might have found a guy. but I don't think it's time for him to start just yet. But this is going to be a big week for JJ McCarthy. These next couple days, if he's just cerebral, an assassin out there with the first team offense, there's a good chance JJ McCarthy starts week 1 as the starting quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings, which would make history because no rookie quarterback has ever started week 1 for the Minnesota Vikings. Could JJ McCarthy be that guy? Could he take over as quarterback 1 come week 1 during the regular season? I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below about this situation. Also, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much, much appreciated. Have a great rest of your night, folks, and Skol Vikes.